Wow, Delta State. See how beautiful my state has become. Governor Okowa.
Hello everyone, my name is Amaka Afamefune. If you could recall, on last week's episode of Smart Delta, we brought to you the impact of some of Governor Okowa's developmental strides in road constructions and several bridges across the states. This time around, we will be exploring other sectors to see how much development the Okowa-led administration has brought to bear through the provision of critical infrastructure in the states. Stay with us.
The smart initiatives of Governor Okowa has no doubt enthroned a legacy of wealth and prosperity in Delta State. His bold investment in critical infrastructure, such as the imposing state-of-the-art Professor Chike Edozie ultra-modern Central Secretariat, which was conceived and delivered by Governor Okowa's administration. The building is an architectural masterpiece that has undoubtedly enhanced the productivity of the Delta State workforce. This gigantic 7th-floor, fully functional secretariat sits on a 65,000 square meter landmass and has enhanced efficiency in public service. Prior to its construction, Delta State government businesses were scattered around rented apartments in Asaba, which did not encourage synergy between parastatals and productivity.
It was an arduous journey from the time construction commenced on November 27, 2017. As you would expect, constructing an edifice like this would tax the ingenuity, resources and patience of any government in the times we live in. And there were times we were tempted to throw up our hands in despair and even question the wisdom for embarking on a project of this magnitude. We persevered and withered the storm, fully persuaded of the huge benefits accruable to the state. I stand here today feeling very proud of this legacy project. Indeed, I'm filled with a great sense of joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment.
His Excellency the Governor of Delta State deserves commendation despite dwindling revenue receipts and severe resource constraints across all levels of government in our country. You have been able to provide the funding for this project. Also, your recognition of the critical role of the public sector is notable, and we've heard already how inspired the public servants today are, and that they're even spending longer hours in office. This is very, very commendable indeed.
I want to really appreciate the governor for thinking of having a place like this. We've been in that old building, no proper seating, there is no AC, so it was not really conducive at all. Coming here is going to be a thing of joy because where you are working, you need a conducive place. This is big money and he has paid salaries already, so at least he's trying. What else do we want?
Apart from saving the Delta State government huge monies in annual rent, it is undeniable that this facility has also improved the skyline and landscape in Asaba metropolis. The aesthetics this has added is in line with the urban renewal drive of the state government.
I've been to so many places and I've never seen a secretariat like this. I'm not saying it because I'm from Delta State. This can only be done by a man that is focused, a man that is empathic to the plight of his people, a man that has a resilient spirit. What it has also clearly shown is that the man has the feeling for the workforce. This one is better than any other secretariat that you have seen in Nigeria.
In the area of tourism, the people of Delta are thankful for the ongoing Film Village and Leisure Park projects. Globally, travel and tourism's direct contribution to GDP was approximately $5.8 billion in 2021. Considering how profitable the industry is, many countries have an incentive to initiate policies that enable the development of travel and tourism. It is in a bid to bite a chunk of this cherry pie that the Okowa-led administration took a bold step to also invest in tourism by building the Film Village and Leisure Park to spark interest in travel and tours. This twin project will generate revenue as well as employment. It will also undoubtedly strengthen the urban renewal drive of the administration.
These are the kind of projects that we want to see because Delta is known for Nollywood. There should be something of this nature, if not bigger than this. And what is it going to do? First, uniting people and then generating revenue for government. These two things has to happen because going forward now, all of us are saying oil can no longer take us to where we want to go. We need to diversify. This is an example of diversification.
I haven't been to Asaba for 4 or 5 years, and of course I've seen so much development. It's as if I don't even know Asaba anymore. The infrastructure is great. You know, it's a serene environment for filmmaking. You take away Asaba from Nollywood, Nollywood will shrink. It's a known factor again that one of the fiascos we have in filmmaking is always availability of the right locations. It's a welcome thing that the governor has done. This is a move in the right direction.
Investment in education is perhaps one of the greatest legacies a leader can bequeath his people. To this extent, UNESCO has advocated that governments globally should allocate 26% of its annual budget to education. In tandem with this advice, Delta State government has made huge investments to the extent it has built 45 additional secondary and model secondary schools, 17 primary schools, and the establishment of 3 brand new universities. This is without prejudice to the technical colleges and other allied institutions.
Governor Okowa has done so well. I am so thrilled that I am tempted to doff my cap for Governor Okowa. Well done, sir. I want to recommend that for those who are bothered about poor performance in school, children that are not doing well, unemployment, I recommend that you come to Delta State and learn how to solve the problems from first principles.
We have laboratories in the school building. I can do a little practice that will help me. I also have reading room, so I can go at my convenient time to have the quiet reading. I appreciate the governor. He has done great things for us.
What could be considered the boldest step of the Okowa-led administration is the establishment of 3 brand new universities at once. Today, very many new and gigantic projects dot the landscape of the institutions.
I must use this opportunity to commend the Delta State government, led by our able executive governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. But I have never seen a man that multitasks apart from managing this big state. He has time for institutions like this, ensuring that these 3 universities which he created in addition to that of Abraka are all running full steam.
Only a person with a lion heart that can wake up in the morning and say I'm establishing 3 universities. I give that to the governor for having the yearning of Deltans looking for admission all over Nigerian university and they can't get.
Are you Ogochukwu Nede Grace-Ada? I want to check your BP. It's not painful.
The health sector has not also been forgotten. Several hospitals have been upgraded through expansion of health infrastructure and acquisition of modern equipment. This is in tandem with the government's desire to give the best possible healthcare delivery to its people.
He has invested in primary healthcare, and this is close to the people in the state. His investment in maternal and child health has reduced the maternal death indices and improved the prenatal health. What this means is that under 5-year-olds are given free healthcare in Delta State, and women who are pregnant get free healthcare. And we are hopeful that it would continue to improve the health of the people of Delta State. Beyond today, if he ascends to the post he's going to, and we believe that more people like him can help improve the health of Nigerians.
The upgrade of the Asaba International Airport is another strong indicator of the commitment of the Delta State government towards providing infrastructure and building a strong economy. Concession of the Asaba Airport to a consortium for optimum operation and profitability, as well as construction of a new runway and installation of Instrument Landing System (ILS), is a pointer to the business-oriented policy of the Delta State government.
The best way to go with our airports is to concession them into private hands, to get them better managed. Delta State took up the challenge. They dialogued with us in the ministry, and they decided that they are going to concession the Asaba Airport, being fully guided by the ICRC, and they're able to put this to reality.
We want to offer the traveling public in Delta State and neighboring states an opportunity to go from here to many cities in Nigeria and eventually also outside Nigeria. So this airport is only seeing the beginning of our expansion plan.
In the area of sports, the completion of the Stephen Keshi Stadium is yet another major contribution of the Okowa-led government that bestrides the landscape of Asaba metropolis. This development has put Delta on the world map, as it has played host to major international and national sporting events within the last 7 years.
If he was not doing what he was doing, what would become of the youths? The Stephen Keshi International Stadium was abandoned over the years, and leaving Delta without a very substantive stadium. But today you see it's of international standard. Now Delta has secured permanently the National Sports Festival and the National Youth Games. They've been winning it back to back. There's virtually no time that Delta has not contributed substantial number of athletes to our national grid. It's only with a governor that understands the benefit of sports to his people, particularly the youth, that can do all that.
An additional infrastructure and soon to be inaugurated mechanic village, a business hub for artisans and spare parts dealers in the South-South and Southeast regions is another milestone of the Okowa-led administration.
Prosperity for all Deltans is a reality. This place is a one-stop shop. You are bringing everybody here, both the importers, the manufacturers, the users, the end users, and then the workmen, that is the mechanic people. The manufacturers from the China, they are coming here. The ones from Japan, they are coming here. The ones from Dubai, they are coming here. The Taiwan, they are coming here. And this is the first time it's happening in Nigeria, and we are happy that it starts from Delta State.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is a stickler for the rule of law. As a result, his administration has refrained from interference in any way with the autonomy of the judiciary in the state. Thus, the judiciary is at liberty to carry out programs as it deems fit in line with their constitutional role without looking over its shoulders. Governor Okowa's desire to aid effective dispensation of justice propelled him to embark on multiple projects to help the judicial arm in Delta function optimally. For instance, the establishment of the Asaba Division of the Court of Appeal, construction of new High Court complex that is near completion, and an array of new courtrooms being erected.
The judiciary now can deliver judgments without interruption from any other arm of government, and apart from that, the judiciary can also undertake projects, and then also the welfare of judges, magistrates and judicial officers without having recourse to first getting approval from the executive.
The Traditional Rulers Council Secretariat is another edifice that was built to provide offices for the traditional rulers and staff of the Directorate of Chieftaincy Affairs. This will no doubt help build bridges of peace in their domains, as well as give the royal fathers a sense of belonging.
Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa is a fantastic man, very humble, and he has a lot of respect for traditional institutions. And if you look at the magnificent edifice he built for us as our secretariat, we cannot but thank him. And he has taken this state as a whole. He has not discriminated against any part of the state. So we love him.
The ongoing construction of Delta Agro-Industrial Park is another outstanding legacy project of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa. The project will place Delta on the threshold of agricultural revolution and rapid industrialization, as it will bring added value to the food chain and processing of raw materials for industries.
We actually thought that this park was necessary because of the need to help to develop agricultural potentials in this state. And the park is actually meant for agro-processing. We're using a rice mill as a nucleus of an industry coming up up in this place, but many other agro-processing facilities and industries are supposed to come in here. Commercial plots already created for such companies that want to come in. The basic infrastructure at the center is already being put in place. Very importantly, we have a good water source, you're going to have a good power source, and it's a community of its own.
It is pertinent to note that the government has inaugurated several economic stimulating projects. For example, the Ogeye Floating Market in Warri North. The Ogeye Market occupies a huge space of 6,000 square meters on the open waters with many open and lock-up shops, a banking hall, and security posts, etc. This project stands tall as one of the legacy projects of the Okowa-led administration. Some other markets are Eku Market, Ubogonogo Market, Kwale Modern Market, Okwe, Sapele, and so many others.
God will bless you. The thing when you do so, may God carry you higher. May God carry you up. May God remember you. Day and night. If you come out for the government, when you do so, may God put you for another higher. In Jesus' name.
Other notable projects that have endeared him to the people and transformed the landscape of Delta State are the newly inaugurated Nigeria Union of Journalists NUJ Delta Council Secretariat, Federal Road Safety Corps Inspectorate Training School, the 2,000 seating capacity Christian Association of Nigeria CAN Ecumenical Center, the new Government House Press Center, and many other completed edifices.
As a developing state, you need these facilities because each of them has its own specific role. Is it the traditional rural council, secretariat, the ongoing ecumenical center for CAN, the 6-story high court? You also know the importance to governance. And where these people are properly and conveniently housed, at the long run, performance will be enhanced, governance will also be enhanced.
Development is not all about bricks and mortar. Human capital development, which is an intangible index of development, is a poster policy that has also defined the Okowa-led administration. For instance, the Skills Training and Entrepreneurship Program STEP, Youth Agricultural Empowerment Program YAGEP, Rural Youth Skills Acquisition Program RISA, Girls Entrepreneurship Skills Training Program JEST, Women Empowerment Skills Acquisition Program WESAP, Information and Communication Technology Youth Empowerment Program ICT YEP, and lots more have taken thousands of Delta youths off the streets, making them entrepreneurs.
Your Excellency, thousands of Deltans have benefited from your job creation programs, and many more are still benefiting. This, to our mind, is an eloquent testimony of the actualization in clear terms of your smart agenda and stronger Delta vision. It is clear even to the blind that your administration is youth-friendly. Think youth, build the youth, and sustain the youth.
Okowa strives to excel, is cut out for excellence. The human capital development model is implementing is very original and is taking the youth out of the streets, taking them away from crime, taking them away from violence and restiveness. It takes a completely detribalized government to do what Okowa is doing.
The fact that no meaningful development can take place in a chaotic environment was a strong reason the government worked hard to bring peace amongst its diverse peoples. The infrastructural achievements across Delta are testimony to the success achieved as a result of meaningful peace-building efforts.
Since Governor Okowa came in, since 2015 to date, the peaceful disposition of Delta states has attained unequal heights, like it has surpassed its predecessors. And when there is peace, there is development. So we've been enjoying peace. So kudos to Governor Okowa.
If there is one major achievement of the Okowa administration Deltans will not forget in a hurry, it is the construction of roads and bridges across the length and breadth of the state. The construction of the Emore dualized road in Ole, Delta South Senatorial District is a fact. The road was in a terrible condition. But today, the nylon-tarred Emore road with good side drains is a testimony to vision.
The road is so good so far because at the time, if rain fall, we cannot even pass this road. But as governor have did this road to us, so we enjoy it.
Isoko people, we have been a beneficiary of Okowa. The road was a single lane before, but the state government have dualized it. The road before there was enough accident, but now we do not experience accident.
In Isoko North Local Government, the construction of Ekubo Ogara Yede Emevo Old Road with a spur to Ogara Yede has brought a huge relief to those plying the road.
The road is one lane before, but now they are doing the double lane. It's very smooth now. So my job is moving fine and the place is very okay. Okowa, I like to even see face to face, but where you will see here my noise for the radio or for the system I'm talking to. I still praise you because it's not easy for somebody to be there. And God should promote you in Jesus' name.
Still in the south, Dubeji dualized road is worthy of mention. Before the construction of the road by the Okowa-led administration, it had a terrible reputation of dense traffic jam on account of its bad condition. But today, the story is different as residents and shop owners tell their stories.
The road was a mess, but now it has worked on and so good. I commend Excellency Okowa in his time. This was done. So it's a credit to his effort. I cherish him for that.
Moving to the Central Senatorial District, the busy 9.04-kilometer dualized Warri Supply Road from Efrun Roundabout to NML Road Junction with good drainage system on both sides is now a huge asset to the community.
This Efrun Supply Road to Efrun Roundabout was very bad. You cannot drive it, you cannot check it. Water everywhere. Very bad. Don't dump every day. But now as Okowa come, everything don't change. As you do the road, so that's how they carry passenger, they go come, no hold up. We just they go, they come. Okowa don't try. God will give us strength to do more. I'm the best governor for Delta State so far.
The Delta State government has moved beyond roads in its jurisdiction to work on federal roads. The rehabilitation of Sapele Road from Amukbe Roundabout to Sapele Warri is a prominent road that is used by Deltans. It plays a major role in socio-economic integration of Deltans. Within the Asaba metropolis, a whole lot of work has gone into giving the state capital territory and its environs a brand new look. The recently completed rehabilitation and expansion of old Lagos bypass roads and linking roads that link the Benin-Asaba Expressway to Asaba-Okpanam Road by the post office with well-laid drains on both sides is a typical example.
Before now, this road was a no-go area. Most vehicles don't ply this route because of the bad road. So we, the business owners on this place, we find it difficult to do business, but now the case is different.
A lot of people want to use the road because it leads straight to the express. With that, your business too will be exposed. People get to know what you are selling. I need something like this. Since it's here, there's no point going to the market. They'll just stop buy from you. So it's better.
It is worthy to note that more roads are still being constructed in the riverine areas. There is the ongoing Ayakromo Bridge to link the riverine people in Burutu local government area to the upland community of Egboide in Ugele South, giving the people something to look forward to. The ambitious 26.21-kilometer Trans-Warri-Ode Shekiri Bridge and Beneku Bridge are still very much in progress. Upon completion, these bridges would no doubt open the floodgates of socio-economic activities for the riverine dwellers and beyond.
It's not just in the 3 central, like virtually the 25 local governments. We have roads in the rural communities, we have in the riverine communities, not just 1 or 2 riverine communities. I can assure you that the Okowa leadership has done so much. Compared to other states, we will finish strong. And we are always going out to ensure contractors do their job. They do it according to specifications, which is very much important to us.
Men are indeed at work. Governor Okowa promised Deltans that his administration
would continue to work hard and deliver its promises to its people until its last day in office. Its relentless work in this trajectory is an indication that its vision of leaving Delta better than it met and building a stronger Delta is firmly on course. Thank you for watching today's episode of Smart Delta. See you next time.
The feedback segment.
This week, we received a commendation on our Instagram platform from NK Jamil, and it reads, I want to really appreciate the PDP Vice Presidential candidate, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, for what he's doing in Delta State, especially the Oge floating market built on the river. It is indeed one of its kind. Well done, sir.
I want to urge all Deltans and all Nigerians and persons from across the world to continue to watch Smart Delta. They're doing so well. It's a good means of communication of what we do in Delta State. I'm quite excited that they've been getting the information out there. If you want to know a lot about what is going on in governance and development in Delta State, continue to watch Smart Delta. You will definitely be able to get all the information that you require.
Text your questions to 07013377589 or send us a DM to all our social media platforms.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta make the youth say them higher. Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta. Say me I say. Come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.